This week's episode is sponsored by dailygiving.org. Great organization gives out $1 on your behalf, which isn't a lot, but when you aggregate it with everyone else, it can change the world. They're giving out tens of thousands of dollars a week to some amazing organizations. Check them out. Join it. Dailygiving.org, dailygiving.org. This is also dedicated for the yahrzeit of an incredible individual, Chaim Avraham Zalman ben Yitzchak Zev. May his neshama have an aliyah, and may the family only know simchas. We thank his family for their constant support and love. So in this week's Torah portion, the Jews are out. Finally, slavery is over. The Jews are out. And just when you thought it was over, it's really just the beginning. Isn't that life? Just when you think it's over, it's just starting. You graduate and you're like, wait, it's not over. Next life, next stage. I'm only beginning. And the Torah says something so fascinating, to such an extent, to be honest, I feel like you can sum up most of life in the first sentence of this week's Torah portion. The portion says, Vayihi b'shalach paro es ha'am. It came a time when Pharaoh sent out the nation. V'lo nachem Elokim derech eretz plishtim. But God didn't send him down the way of the plishtim. What that is if you can picture the geography of Israel for a second. You know that Israel sits on the coast, right? It's on the Mediterranean. If you follow the Mediterranean all the way down, you get to Egypt. And where the Jews were in the north of Egypt. So they were basically not far from the coast. So when God took the Jews out of Egypt, they left from the north. So all they had to do really is walk the coast up to Israel. It's a week, 2 weeks, tops. No ways, no needs, no map, no Google Maps. Just follow the coast. Sinai Desert, now current day Gaza, right? You're going to be in Tel Aviv, Haifa. You can do the whole thing. Easy. God doesn't do that. He goes north, and then he takes them south to the Reed Sea. Now you can imagine people are like, what? We're out of jail and you're taking us in the wrong direction? God doesn't take them down the direct route. Why? So all the commentators in the Midrashim give you the answers. Because, in fact, the people that were living in Canaan at the time, Israel at the time, knew the Jews got out. So what they did was they torched the place, so that when they came, they would inhabit a desolate land. So God had them wait and do a whole thing so that all the flowers and the crops could rebloom. Another answer that we found is that actually there's a nation called Amalek who was on the coast, who gathered their greatest warriors and were waiting for the Jews to show up to kill them all. Another answer that they gave is because 30 years earlier, there was a tribe who left Egypt and they got slaughtered in the desert and all their remains are still there. And God was worried when they saw the remains, they would go back to Egypt. Another answer is because they didn't get the Torah yet. They go from slavery to being in their homes. They're never leaving their homes. And so they may be around for 10, 20, 30 years, but they wouldn't have the buying, the glue to last for generations. So for all these reasons and so much more, God understood if I take them in the direct route, it would feel good on the road, but as soon as they hit the destination, it wouldn't last. So I know, although it's confusing, by taking them in this circular route through the desert, through the Reed Sea, and 40 years hanging around the desert, it actually built the land. It actually built the nation. And it enabled them when they finally got to Israel to be the nation that could survive anything. Proof in the pudding is today. So the Torah gives us an answer. Let's go back to that first line. And God didn't take them to this path. Ki means because. First of all, I don't know why God's even giving us an explanation, right? Like, when you're driving your car and your 3-year-old's like, Daddy, you're going in the wrong direction. You're like, really? Thank you. Right? I don't know why God's got to explain himself. Okay. Ki. Karov who? Because it was close. Wait, God didn't take us down the path because it was close? God didn't take us down the path because it was wrong, because it would have hurt us, because in the long run, it would have been worse. Why does the Torah say because it was close? That's not why he did it. That's not why he didn't take us down. So there's another word for karov. Karov also means easy. Ki karov elecha hadavar ma'od. This is easy. It's close to you. Close means not physically close. It means you can do it. You know why God didn't take us down the direct path? Because it was easy. What is he telling us? Listen to this idea. You know what the greatest complaint we have against God is? Why don't you do this for? It's so much easier this way. Like, we look at the world and we see the easy routes. Like, God, why don't you just take care of this? It's so easy. Why don't you help this person out? It's like so easy. Like, why don't you just fix the virus? It's so easy. Like, what's going on? Like, are you there? Like, look at the ways you can solve problems. Like, it's so easy. I have it figured out. Just do it. We're constantly struggling with why God doesn't make it easy. And the first thing that happens to the Jews after they leave Egypt, the first thing God says, I want to teach you how I think. I can't explain to you things 10 steps ahead. I can't explain to you that if I bring you in now, they're going to kill you. I can't explain to you that if I bring you in now, in the long run, you're going to lose. They're not going to sit down and explain to you what's happening 10, 15, 20, 30 steps along the way. I can't. Let me explain to you how it's going to work. When you look in this world and you wonder why I don't do things, understand that most of the time, the easy answer is not the right answer. You know why I didn't take you down that road? Because it was easy. I didn't build a world to be easy. I built a world for you to be great. And greatness is not easy. And right answers are not easy. And things that last forever are not easy. If you are looking for easy, you've got the wrong world. You know why I didn't take you down the route? You know, I can't explain to you. I'm going to give you an easy answer. I'm going to give you a hack. It was too easy. We look at easy as a value. Greatness is a value. And when we go through life and we ask questions as to why, we have to realize that there's a plan we don't even know. There are steps we can't even see. But when God gives us the path that's not easy, it could be because he's giving us the path that's going to last. It's because he's building us into the nation and into the person that can survive. It's because there may be issues down the road we don't see. And so the path the Jews take really is the path that me and you take. It's a path that may not be easy. But when we stop asking, how come it's not easy, and start asking, how do I make it great? We start to see the world from God's perspective, not from our perspective. The journey really is a journey of greatness, of long-term greatness, not a journey of easy.